This is my time. Why them lame still hating on the sideline?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 11 of the D Money and Suprit podcast with my partner in crime, Darren McClearly, aka D Money. What's up, D?
Everything's good. Ready for next week's NXT on USA, the debut show. Looking forward to Clash of the Champions, and yeah, pipe for the review. Pause.
So it's been a month or so since we did something like this.
Yeah. I've been kind of working on the Brock Lesnar schedule recently. Just been handling a lot of personal life stuff, So I apologize to all our viewers and fans for not being as consistent. But going forward, I'll be pretty on point from now.
So let's start with Raw and SmackDown this week, happening from Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. Raw was pretty decent show. Yeah, it was pretty decent. I mean, it was a whole lot of Stone Cold on this show, which I get it. They needed him on the show for like ticket sales, but it's like I think he takes the shine away from the active like main roster, in my opinion. And I don't know. I think they could have used Stone Cold in a way better way than what they did, especially if they was gonna have him stunner AJ off air.
Yeah, let's try to break down all the segments and matches from Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, let's go.
So Raw kicked off with Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was there to moderate the contract signing for the Universal title match at Clash of Champions between Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. The OC would interrupt. AJ Styles started talking trash to Stone Cold, which led to a big brawl, which led to AJ Styles getting Stone Cold's stunner for his troubles.
Yeah. I mean, just going back to what I said. I mean, that part I didn't have a problem with. I just think they could have used Stone Cold in a better way in that segment. Maybe later on in the show, have him be the special referee for the main event that night. You know,
So
just something.
right after that segment, we had AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander. As the match was going somewhere, Gallows and Anderson would interfere, which caused the disqualification. The Viking Raiders would come out to save Alexander. As a result of all of this, the main event was a 10-man tag. The team of Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, Cedric Alexander, Viking Raiders facing the OC, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that segment. I think that made a lot of sense.
So, next up, we had a decent tag team match which featured Sasha Banks and Bailey facing Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, with Flair and Lynch getting the victory. So, what do you think about this Bailey and Sasha Banks heel run so far?
I love it. I'm a fan of it. I'm for it. Um, what I really want to happen is Sasha and Bailey to both win the titles at Clash of Champions. Well, Bailey retain hers and Sasha win because I think it's a lot of stock in a Sasha Bailey title run, especially this time around. I honestly think if they don't push them the correct way this time, that it's over for both of them. Seriously, as characters. And I think they'll probably be in the same predicament that Bray Wyatt was before he became the Fiend. If they allow this to happen. Because I think Charlotte is pretty much the female John Cena as far as she can make a title, she can make any match matter as long as she's on the card. She's pretty much she's more superior than to Becky Lynch to me. I mean, to me, in my opinion. And Becky Lynch is over. So yeah, I think they really need to concentrate on getting Sasha and Bayley over.
About Sasha is doing a decent stuff with her heel run, but about Bailey, I think she's going to the Johnny Gargano face. Like she is a heel, but she always panders to the young crowd. Like she wants to be a role model or something.
Yeah, yeah, I like that character of Bayley, almost making her like a tweener, pretty much. And I think that works for Bayley. I don't think she needs to be heel or face. I think she needs to be somewhere in the middle. And I think WWE is doing a good job with her so far. I just think they need to give her a little bit more edge, in my opinion. Like change that happy music, put her in like a black jacket, black jeans, and black shirt. She already got the black hair, so just give her a little bit more edginess to her.
Moving on, Rey Mysterio returned for singles action as he was facing Grand Metalik in a short but action-filled match with Mysterio walking out with the victory.
Yeah, I also like that match. I think that's how you get Mysterio over in 2019 is continuing having him have good matches. I really think that's how you get Rey Mysterio over in 2019. He's not like a good promo guy, so you gotta kind of like win him over with fans with great matches. I'm not a, like I don't think that works for everybody, but I definitely think that works for Rey Mysterio and a few other guys on the roster.
We had the King of the Ring semi-final, a triple threat match between Ricochet, Samoa Joe, and Baron Corbin. The reason it was a triple threat because they wanted to make Ricochet look good and strong, and that's the reason Samoa Joe ate the pin. Baron Corbin won the match and has advanced to the finals of the King of the Ring.
Yeah, I really like that match. I thought that was like the match of the night. Um, this might be a little controversial, but I'm gonna say it anyway. This is the best time. I repeat, the best time to put the title on Corbin is right now. I think Corbin is somewhat over with the fans now from his performance in the King of the Ring, and I think this is the best time to put the belt on Corbin. It's right now.
I don't know about that, man. Wind does loves Corbin, but I think it could be a similar risk like just like putting the belt on Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I can also agree with that.
Another awesome Firefly Funhouse segment. Bray Wyatt was mentioning Rollins and Strowman, who is rumored. Sorry, it is the Fiend that is actually rumored to face one of them at Hell in a Cell. He also mentions
Right.
he also mentions Stone Cold Steve Austin. At one point, Abby the Witch was saying that her clock broke exactly at 3:16. Why try to fix the clock by hammering the damn thing? Now the time was 11:19. So many people on Twitter and stuff were cracked the 11:19 thing, which was the date, which was the exact date that the Undertaker made his debut way back when, which led to many people speculating that the Fiend was going to attack the Undertaker the following night on SmackDown, which was not the case. So my question to you is, what do you think about this? The Fiend being rumored to go after the Universal title at Hell in a Cell.
Um, I think it's way too soon to do that. I think you need to build the Fiend up as much as possible. And I think the Fiend is going to become a special attraction. And I think you just need to slow build the Fiend not put him in the Universal title picture just yet. Maybe next year, but not now.
There is also a point that they want to strike while the iron is hot. Like he's the hottest thing right now in WWE.
Yeah, but I mean, for example, like when Stone Cold was heating up in this prime back in late '97 and '98, um, you know, Stone Cold was the most watched wrestler without the title belt at that time until that year's WrestleMania. So from let's say '97 of SummerSlam '97 all the way to WrestleMania 14, they slow build them, a slow build them, a slow build them. So by the time WrestleMania came, he was super over, extremely over, and his title win meant a lot more. And I think that's what they need to do with the Fiend. Is if they're gonna do anything, get the Fiend the title at WrestleMania, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, we had the Fine Five tag team match with Cedric Alexander pinning AJ Styles to get the victory and earn himself a title match against Styles at Clash of Champions, which almost got overshadowed by Stone Cold showing up again just to do a beer bash, and that's how the show went off air.
Um, yeah, I'm not mad at that.
So, what do you think overall this show?
I think it was a pretty good show. I mean, not great, but good for what it was supposed to be. Um, not mad at it.
You ever been to Madison Square Garden?
No, no, I've never been in my 32 years on this earth. I've never been to Madison Square Garden. I want to go one day. Maybe, maybe, maybe for whatever WrestleMania they have at MSG again. If they ever have one at MSG, that's where I'm gonna go.
I think in the era of them doing stadium shows, I highly doubt them doing a Mania at Madison Square Garden. Maybe a SummerSlam. That would be great.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Then I'll show up. One of the big four pay-per-views, I'll show up.
So let's talk SmackDown. SmackDown, on the other hand, kicked off with Mark Calloway, not The Undertaker. It was Mark Calloway pretending to be The Undertaker. Anyways, he was telling that he was here to observe the atmosphere of MSG, and also it could be the last time he even appears in the building. So he gets interrupted not by the Fiend but Sami Zayn. Zayn came in and started speaking quote unquote the truth. That's what Sami Zayn does these days.
Yeah.
He somehow convinced Taker to get out of the ring only to be chokeslam, and that was the end of the segment.
Um, I'm okay with that. You know, Sami Zayn is already married to the universe, so whatever. It wasn't. I'm not mad at that segment.
Next up, the Miz beat Andrade in a quick match. I know they wanted to make Miz look strong heading to the pay-per-view, but they should have put someone like a Shelton Benjamin instead of an Andrade. Do you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree. That Andrade is a is one of those wrestlers that shouldn't be beaten by the Miz. Let's just say that first. It'd be nice.
After the match, Nakamura, who was sitting on commentary, attacked the Miz, and that's it. So,
Um,
go on.
I would like a bigger build for this feud. Um, I have an idea of what they could do, but what they should do rather, not what they could do, what they should do. But yeah, I just this match is just here for me, and when it comes on Sunday, I'll probably be tuned out. But yeah,
King of the Ring semifinals from the SmackDown side. We were supposed to get Chad Gable versus Elias, but Elias was unable to compete due to an injury, which means technically Gable gets a bye and he advances to the finals. But Shane McMahon took Elias's place, and everybody's worst nightmare almost became a reality. We will talk about that later. Next up, Eric Rowan was out to explain his actions from the previous week. Rowan said that he doesn't listen to anybody and was going on and on and on until Roman Reigns came in. Both started brawling outside the ring, in the crowd, on the entranceway. At one point, Rowan powerbombed a fan onto a bunch of officials, including Roman Reigns himself, and also used a camera crane to lay out Roman. So, what do you think about this Roman Reigns murder mystery falling off the cliff and Eric Rowan being a single star?
Um, it's interesting. I mean, I don't like where the angle went. I don't like how any of it went, but I do think Rowan might have a shot at being a successful single star if they book this correctly. Rowan in character is don't want to be a follower no more, pretty much, right? So it would make sense if Rowan kind of starts his own like type of Wyatt family and use that to defeat Roman at Clash of the Champions, in my opinion.
Do you want to see Luke Harper back on television?
Oh hell yeah.
That could be a great way to bring him back.
Yeah, then you can bring in. I think the stable should be Rowan Harper and maybe Lars Sullivan whenever he gets healthy again, or they decide to use him. I think that would be interesting. And then you can have Roman pull off his Superman powers and win the feud.
We're gonna talk about that later in the prediction. So moving on, we also had a Randy Orton Kofi Kingston segment. A great exchange of words, and also they all relived a spot that Kofi did 10 years ago on in Madison Square Garden, and that's the end of the segment.
Um, I didn't have a problem with that segment. I liked it for what it was supposed to represent. So I had no problem with that segment. Pretty good.
So it was later announced that Kevin Owens will be the special guest referee for the Shane McMahon Gable match. Um, yeah, we also had a match between Mandy Rose and Nikki Cross. Mandy cut a pre-match promo on Nikki stating that she is beautiful and Nikki is ugly and all that stuff. Nikki beat Mandy Rose and that's it.
Yeah, I was probably eating grapes at that moment.
Moving on. So let's
That
so
was
let's
a
jump
joke.
to the main event.
Yeah.
Chad Gable was a Shane McMahon with special guest referee Kevin Owens. Gable won the match quickly with the help of a fast count by Kevin Owens. Uh, Shane, being Shane, restarted the match into a 2 out of 3 falls match, but still Gable was able to beat Shane McMahon again, advanced to the finals. Post match, Shane attacked Owens and fired him, and that's how SmackDown went of the year.
Is it me or Kevin Owens have cooled down since the last time we visited this feud? Like I swear at some point he was like super over and maybe his 2 weeks absence off TV kind of did this a disservice, I think. Um I have no clue what I should be like caring about with this Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon feud. But I am happy for Chad Gable that he got a big win over Shane McMahon. That kind of gets him over in a big way. And looking forward for Gable and Corbin. I think this Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon feud should maybe end at Survivor Series. I'm thinking, or Hell in a Cell, one of the two. That's where it's gonna end at.
I think, like you said, Kevin Owens kind of pulled off because they shouldn't have restarted the feud between Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So that's how things kind of messed up. But still, Kevin Owens can still get over with the fans.
No, I think Kevin Owens can get over anywhere. You know, I think Kevin Owens can get over. I just think that WWE creative do a bad job of um what's the correct word? Like dictating his character is the best way to describe it. Like they make good steps and then they kind of push him two steps back with the writing that they do for Kevin Owens.
By the way, Kevin Owens is being teased that he's gonna be on NXT.
Wow, that should be interesting.
Maybe he shows up next week for the first live show.
Yeah, I think if he so is he gonna be in NXT permanently? Is that what you're saying, or is it just gonna be like a one shot deal?
It
Because
could
I
be a
think
one
if he's
shot
on,
deal. Yeah, go on.
because I think him being on there permanently, maybe until like Mania, would be a good idea for the NXT brand to give them more, star power. I would say,
Yeah, that's something they can do.
yeah.
So before we talk NXT on USA, let's talk this King of the Ring finals. Who's gonna win, Chad Gable or Baron Corbin?
In the perfect world, I would say Chad Gable. In my world, it would be Chad Gable. In WWE land, I know 1,000% sure it's going to be Baron Corbin. So Baron Corbin's going to win. It's been set up this whole time for him to win.
Do you remember the last time a babyface won King of the Ring?
Yes, that was 1998 Ken Shamrock, I believe.
That was 1998.
Yeah. Or was it Edge? Did Edge win a King of the Ring?
I
I'm
think he
trying to
did.
think.
I think he did.
Yeah, yeah. So that was 01, 2001. Yeah, Edge was the last babyface. I'm sorry, 2001, because I remember the Christian turning on Edge thing was a big deal, and Christian joined the alliance of WCW and ECW. Yay! Oh
Okay.
gosh, don't take me back. I'm having move on, please.
Let's come talk about the now, the future. Let's talk about
Yes.
NXT on USA.
Um, I'm excited for it. I think NXT on USA is the perfect move for WWE. First of all, let me get them kudos for making that move of bringing NXT to go head to head with AEW because NXT is pretty much the same style. I would say that AEW is going to be presenting. AEW might be a little bit edgier, of course, but I think they're pretty much on the same wave level of what they're presenting, pretty much. I think NXT do have the bigger star power, or star potential, I should say, with Velveteen Dream and Undisputed Era and Bianca Belair. I think Bianca Belair is going to be a star to a casual viewer, like a casual viewer watching NXT for the first time, and they see Bianca Belair or Velveteen Dream. I swear on my mom's house that they will be hooked.
So, what do you think about them moving to the 2 hour format and maybe it being the third show with Raw and SmackDown?
I think that's a good idea. I think they need at least 2 hours, especially if AEW is gonna be 2 hours, I believe. Um, yeah, I just think they need more star power, and what I mean by more star power is not discrediting anybody on the NXT roster, not saying that they're not stars, but I'm just saying to the casual audience, they haven't seen none of these NXT um, wrestlers like that. They probably, they probably saw a few, they probably used to seeing Raw and SmackDown main roster talent if they're tuning in, but not NXT talent. So I think you might need to squeeze in maybe Matt Hardy, put him in NXT, a Cesaro, a Kevin Owens, maybe a Dana Brooke in NXT just to get them some, you know, known faces. And I think Matt Hardy would be smart for NXT because Jiminy Borash I think he's either on the creative writing team, I believe, of NXT or involved in behind the scenes somehow. And he
Yeah,
was
he
the
is.
guy that, yeah, he was the guy that helped Matt Hardy with the whole final deletion stuff in TNA.
Yeah, he
And
did.
yeah, and I think that would be smart to bring Matt Hardy in the NXT and kind of do the broken Hardy gimmick the correct way, in my opinion.
I'm a little not into this WWE airing NXT against AEW Wednesday nights, but
Why is that?
it's like Vince decided to throw NXT to the wolves just so they can stand tall against AEW.
So you think NXT don't have a shot of being better than AEW? Is what you saying?
No, no, not like that. It's like he wants a war. Like he really wants to go. He wants the Monday Night Wars in 2019.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I definitely understand that. Yeah.
And there's also a fear that when the ratings comes out and NXT doesn't do well in the next 2 or 3 weeks, he could be behind the scenes and shouting at Moro Ronaldo.
Oh my gosh, we just need to pray that the XFL hurry up and come.
Yeah,
He's not gonna be able to handle the XFL and WWE programming. He is
there is.
not.
Yeah, that's true.
I
But
don't
there's
care what nobody says.
you go on.
No, I'm just saying. I don't care what nobody says. He's 70 something years old. He's not going to be able to keep up with all that stuff. I'm sorry. He's not. He's way too old. And that takes a lot out of you after a while. He's not going to be able to maintain that.
You wanna hear the truth?
Yes.
Vince McMahon is never going to die.
You're right. I think you're right.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear. Seriously, that Vince
Vince
McMahon
McMahon's
may, yeah, Vince
Oh,
McMahon, yeah, that's my biggest fear that Vince McMahon may take control of NXT when things start falling down in terms of ratings.
yeah, I understand that. And he is. He is. I guarantee he is. He's going to do it down while he kind of can. If you see it go down the first 3 weeks, yes, he's gonna be all over NXT. Trust me. It's no different than what he remembers. What type of pressure he was under with WCW. It was a time when WCW beat them in the ratings for like 2 years straight. I remember, and he got lucky that Stone Cold was on fire, and everything got an up for him. So yeah, the moment NXT go down the ratings, yes, he will guarantee to have his hands all over it, and we will be able to tell.
There's also talks about 205 Live merging with NXT. What do you think about that?
I think that's smart. I think that's good for the 205 live roster, and I think they'll give them more spotlight and give the cruiserweight title more credibility, in my opinion.
Uh, I heard a rumor. I think it was from that Triple H interview he did with Yahoo Sports or something. That
Uh,
there could be a possibility that they could be airing NXT Takeover against a AEW pay per view.
I think that's too much head-to-head action that he's trying to do.
Yeah.
But but I mean, I'm not mad at the decision, but I just think you don't want to get caught up in making AEW look so big compared to WWE. Because the truth is, the AEW is not as big as WWE. They're just starting out, you know. So I think WWE is giving them too much credibility too soon, in my opinion. And that's kind of the advantage what AEW has right now is that WWE is too focused on AEW, and that's kind of helping AEW.
So the let's talk about the first episode next week. We got a couple of matches that they're gonna be doing. First off, we got the NXT North American Championship match, Velveteen Dream defending the title against Roderick Strong. That's gonna be happening on the first hour, which will be airing on USA. The second hour will be on the WWE Network. So this thing will go on till I think the end of September because USA is finishing off their TV show, The Suits.
Oh gosh, yeah, I heard about that.
Do you watch the show?
Hell no.
Go for it. So we also got a street fight between Matt Riddle and Killian Dane. That's gonna be happening on the second hour. We also got a fatal four-way number one contender match. We got Io Shirai, Candice LeRae, Bianca Belair, and Mia Yim. Winner faces Shayna Baszler in the future.
You can't forget the possibility of Rhea Ripley.
I think they're gonna do the fair four way for now. I think Rhea Ripley is gonna be on the backside till this happens.
Okay, gotcha.
So what do you think about this matches?
I think they're pretty much good matches. Uh, did you mention the Undisputed Era versus Street Profits?
Is that gonna be happening on the first episode?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. That they're gonna. I don't know if that just been added or what, but yeah, I believe so.
I don't
They're
think
gonna
it's
do a
happening.
rematch. Well, we'll see. Well, I'll stick with what you got laid down. Yeah, I think that's good. I would probably start the show off with Roger Strong versus Velveteen Dream. Um, for the point of me saying that Velveteen Dream is a superstar, so I think you want to get your superstar talent out early, for a good first impression. So yeah, and I think I'll end the show with Matt Riddle versus Killian Dane.
Yeah, before the last thing I wanted to say about NXT, um, we know we have seen things like they try to oversaturate people on the main roster, like guys like Ricochet, Seth Rollins, every week, which makes people lose interest in them. Uh, right?
Yeah. I totally agree with you. That
So
yeah,
in NXT case, that could be a very harmful thing to do. Like mostly, I think they're gonna be doing the shows from the Full Sail University, which is a small venue, and those people can lose interest just like that if they
yeah,
try oversaturating people and showcasing every talent every week. Like, you get my point, right?
Yeah. I totally get your point. And yeah, I agree. I agree. I think you gotta let the NXT talent that is on TV now kind of, register with the audience instead of like throwing it in their face every 5 seconds and then, letting the main roster kind of get them over. I think that's what they're trying to call themselves doing is using the main roster to get the NXT uh over pretty much.
Sure, that was NXT on USA starting next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
So before we do Clash of Clans predictions, let's talk about this big thing that's happening in wrestling right now. I'm not talking about AEW versus WWE. I'm talking about Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, there's rumors of Impact buying ROH. I made a joke on my Facebook page earlier. I said Impact Wrestling has to be the most poorest, richest wrestling company of all time because they cannot die to save their life, and it's like I don't know where all this money is coming from. Like where do Impact get their money from? But
So the main, so it started from their Impact Wrestling's parent company Anthem purchasing Access TV. And after the Bound for Glory pay-per-view, Impact will be airing on Access TV. Access TV is the same network that also airs Women of Wrestling and also New Japan Pro Wrestling. So this is big stuff for Impact.
yeah, big. I'm shocked and proud all at the same time.
So you are a regular Impact Wrestling fan, right?
Yeah. I've been an Impact Wrestling fan since TNA, since it was called TNA. So yeah.
So yeah, about the rumor, the Impact Wrestling may be interested in buying Ring of Honor. So this comes from a Reddit user called King of Georgia 95, who claims to be who claims to have worked with Impact in the past. So what do you think about this Impact buying Ring of Honor?
If they buy Ring of Honor, I think that'll be the biggest company move, the biggest move that they made in history of their existence. Um, if they buy ROH, that gives them availability to have their talent as well, correct?
Yes, not just their
So
talent, not just their talents, but they will acquire all their library, video library, and add it to Impact Plus.
yeah, that's gonna be huge for them because you're looking at ROH footage from 2002, so old Daniel Bryan matches, old CM Punk matches, Samoa Joe matches, so on and so on. Yeah, this could really get Impact in position to be a solid number three company in America. And I'll tell you one more thing. I think Impact right now could kind of possibly um be in the hunt for number two later on down the line. I'm talking about later on down the line. If they stay consistent and do good stories, because I think Access TV is a more easier channel to get to than whatever channel they was on before. So yeah.
Do you think Sinclair will let go Ring of Honor?
Oh yeah. If the money is right, they'll let go of Ring of Honor. Totally. Sinclair Broadcasting has others, other channels and other stuff that they value. I think sometimes we lose sight as being wrestling fans, and we think, wrestling is so viable, and in reality, I mean, to us, it's viable. Like to me, wrestling is a viable thing to have, but in reality, it's not the most viable thing to have. So I can see Sinclair dropping ROH off to
Um,
Impact.
I don't mind if Ring of Honor decides to merge with Impact. If New Japan and their partnership with Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. So Impact has this business relationship with Noah Wrestling, right? And if they buy ROH, that means that the partnership also with New Japan goes with that deal? Because if that happens, that is going to be uh very interesting.
I don't know about Impact and their partner companies, but I do know that Ring of Honor is partnered with New Japan. Also, CMLL is also included between with these two company. Um, the thing you just said, you think Impact is gonna some way partner with New Japan?
Yeah, I think some way somehow they're going to partner with New Japan. If it's not this year, it's definitely next year.
Uh, I think that's not a possibility. Do you know why?
Oh, why? Wait, before you get into why, let me explain why I think that's possible. If Impact is smart and hire some of the ROH staff behind the scenes, I think they can get New Japan deal. Let me put it that way.
So I'm gonna say why I think Impact and New Japan. I'm gonna say why New Japan doesn't want to work with Impact.
Okay.
So you know that 10 years ago or 12 years ago something Impact and then TNA was working with New Japan.
Yeah.
So what happened was at one point New Japan sent Okada to work in TNA. So TNA used Okada in such a bad way that the guys in New Japan got pissed off, and they after a while ended their relationship partnership with Impact and TNA. So some of the guys in New Japan, like it's a Japanese culture, like they put their loyalty is a very important thing in their culture. So I don't think in that way there's gonna work with Impact once again. So they, cause there's a guy in New Japan. He's a booker right now called Gato. He still thinks Jeff Jarrett still works in Impact.
Gosh. What I'm gonna say to that is that um I do believe anything can happen, just like the WWE catchphrase is anything never say never. I'm sorry, that's the phrase. Never say never. I'm gonna say that about Impact. Never say never. I heard the same story you just described to me, and during that time, you know who the head of creative was during that time?
Vince Russo,
Vince Russo. Yes.
my man.
My favorite creative writer of all time, Vince Russo. Um yeah, I think let's be fair and say it's a 30% chance that Impact can make the deal with New Japan.
If some way Ring of Honor merges with Impact,
Yeah, yeah, of course. If that needs to happen first in order for the New Japan move to happen, if it ever will happen, that'd be an interesting thing to bet on. You
yeah,
want to bet on that? Not money wise. We can bet like I don't know, uh, uh, a sing along. You have to sing a song if you lose.
um, that could be a thing. Yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah. We'll talk about it off air. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah, but I still think it's not a it's less of a chance that it does happen that New Japan ends up working with Impact if they prioritize, if they put that loyalty thing up there. So,
Yeah, we will see.
but who knows? They could still end up working with AEW if that works out.
Yeah, if we get Okada versus Omega in AEW on AEW TV or pay per view, take my money.
So let's talk about the last thing here: Clash of Champions this Sunday.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Before that, I heard there's a new company in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Battleground Wrestling. That will be coming in 2020. Battleground Wrestling will be coming in 2020. More details on that shortly. Yeah, it's my time. They'll be out in a couple weeks. The September 28th is actually the date, so that'll be out September 28th. And I have a rap battle scheduled for this Sunday, September 15th, where I'll be pulling double duty. I'll be doing the Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman that day.
So this Sunday's Clash of Champions, we got 11 matches on the card, where mostly every championship, yeah, almost, I'm saying almost, every championship will be on the line, including the 24/7, 7-Eleven, 48/7 something championship. So the first is a non-title match. Yeah, I'm talking about the Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan no disqualification match. Who you got?
This one is tricky because I think I think they could like go on with the storyline, or they could kind of wrap it up here. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they're pretty much gonna wrap it up. So I'm gonna go with Roman winning.
So even I'm picking Roman Reigns, but I still think it it could be they could show the last puzzle of this murder mystery thing.
Yeah, and that's if that's so, then I'll go with the returning Luke Harper for 5,000.
Who are you betting on?
You said who am I betting on?
Yeah,
If I was gonna bet on this match, who would I bet on? Is that what you're
yeah,
asking?
yeah.
Honestly speaking, I would bet on Roland. Not Roland. Yeah, Roland. Roland winning the match with interference from Harper, because that only makes sense.
My main question is why are you betting? Did you win some money on that day on Vegas or something?
No. My betting skills have decreased since Vegas, and also I've recently lost in the Russell Ramble thing. You never play that? Apparently, it's like a paper, like you can bet on the matches or whatever, and you get points and you can earn money or whatever. And I lost though. I was in the quotes for SummerSlam.
That's your bet. That's your bet.
I know.
Uh, so moving on, we got Roman Reigns for this match, right?
Yeah, I got Roman for this match.
So we got a triple threat for the cruiserweight championship match. Drew Gulak defending the title against Humberto Carrillo and Lince Dorado.
Yeah, I got Drew Gulak winning the match. I think they want to keep him strong, and I want to see Drew Gulak versus Kushida anyway. So yeah, I got Drew Gulak winning.
So and I'm picking Gulak. So it could be a good. It has potential to be a good match though.
Yeah. It's probably gonna be match of the night. I'm predicting.
Next up, we got the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. The New Day facing the Revival. Do you even remember this match even taking place?
No, I don't even remember. Like, I remember bits and pieces, but as far as the build up go, but yeah, I don't remember it taking place like that. But for the match, I got the Revival winning.
When I'm picking the Revival, it would be great. It would be great if they put the titles on them instead of New Day retaining the titles.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of seeing New Day as tag team champions over and over and over again. I really think they need to break up and kind of branch out to single competitors because I'm really tired of this whole New Day act.
So next up, we got the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross facing Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
Yeah, I think Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross retains. Um, I said I think they really have. I think it's just not time for them to drop the titles yet.
I'm picking Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville to win the tag team titles here.
Mm, I ain't mad at that.
So next up, we got the Intercontinental Championship match between Shinsuke Nakamura and The Miz. Who you got?
I got Shinsuke winning. I think Shinsuke needs to look very strong in this match, and I think maybe he needs to put the Miz on the stretcher to kind of give Shinsuke some type of edge to him.
I'm gonna pick The Miz, and here's a scariest thing why I think The Miz is gonna win.
Why?
So this week, for the past 2 3 weeks, they have made Shinsuke look strong against The Miz. So it's a possibility that The Miz wins at the pay per view. And there's also the fact that they want to erase Chris Jericho being the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. So
I mean, I understand that, but I mean they can do that anytime they want to. You know, it ain't gotta be right now. What's the rush? You know?
it's WWE. They always want to rush things.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
I
gonna be
digress.
I'm gonna be really pissed off if this happens at the pay per view. Like it's gonna really fuck up Shinsuke in a bad way.
Yeah, it really is. It's going to be a sad, tragic thing, and there will be no recovery.
So
Only time he can recover if he goes to NXT, maybe. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
you're saying go on?
No, I was saying the only way he can bounce back from the Miz winning the IC title is to go to NXT.
Or maybe they somehow put him in a WWE title run with Kofi.
That would be interesting. I would like to see that, but
I would love
no,
to see
that's
that.
not gonna happen. Yeah, I think that would be a great match, a great feud, but no, that's not gonna happen. It'll probably happen though. It's like a maybe a maybe a SmackDown match or whatever before we get to the draft.
With Sami Zayn involved with Shinsuke, I think it can happen some.
Yeah, yeah.
So next up, we got the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Bailey and Charlotte Flair. Who you got?
I got Belly winning this. I think she just turned the hill. You need to keep her fresh and strong. So yeah, I'll go with Belly.
Even I'm picking Bailey because yeah, they can't make her lose. Like they can't drop the ball with Bailey just like that again. So I'm picking Bailey.
I'm not
So
mad
next,
at that.
you were saying?
No, I was just saying I'm not mad at that choice.
So next up, the Raw Women's Championship match. We got Sasha Banks. Sorry, we got Becky Lynch facing Sasha Banks. Who you got?
I got Sasha Banks for the same reason that I said about Bailey. Um, I think you put the titles on Sasha and Bailey, and maybe the next night on Raw you have them go against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, and Sasha and Bailey wins those titles as well, kind of giving them the little, you know, I run the women's division type of thing.
So even I'm picking with Sasha, just like the Bailey situation. They gotta put the title. Have to put the title on Sasha because it wouldn't
Yeah,
make any sense for, right. You get my point, right?
no, I definitely get your point.
So for that reason, I think Sasha is winning the title. So we got the United States Championship match. AJ Styles defending the title against Cedric Alexander.
Um, yeah, I'll keep AJ. I don't think AJ will retain because you need the club needs to stay strong. But I think Centric can win the title maybe later on down the line.
Even I'm picking Cedric. Sorry, I'm picking AJ Styles for the same reason to make the OC look strong.
Yeah, and I don't think Cedric needs the title right now. But I think he does need a good performance.
Cedric can have a good performance, but I don't think him is winning that.
Nah.
So next up we got the WWE Championship match. Kofi Kingston defending the title against Randy Orton.
Yeah, I think Randy Orton wins this one because of Randy Orton needs that heel heat going into going into SmackDown on Fox.
Even I'm picking Randy Orton to get the title this time. I don't want I don't want them extending the feud in some way till Hell in a Cell, but give the title to Randy Orton.
Yeah, I think Orton needs at least one more run with the title.
If they still want to extend the feud till Hell in a Cell, I say give it to Randy Orton. I pick Randy Orton.
Yeah, I say give it to Orton and then have Kofi win it back at Hell in a Cell.
So we got the Raw Tag Team Championship match. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman facing Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
Um, I think they're gonna hit us with a swerve, and then Seth is gonna retain. Seth and Braun is gonna retain.
So you think Robert Roode? You think Rollins and Strowman are retaining the titles?
Yeah, I think they're gonna retain the titles.
I think they're gonna be dropping the titles to Roode and Ziggler.
Um, I mean, I can see why you say that. I just think that that's a little bit too obvious, and they might just throw a curveball. I got to feel it.
You're talking about Swerve. Let's talk about the Universal title match between Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. I think we're gonna see some kind of swerve here, like
Yeah,
maybe a heel turn.
yeah, I think
Uh,
it'll be some type of heel turn.
I think
I
Seth
mean,
Rollins. I pick Seth Rollins to win this match in some way or some form or fashion.
yeah, yeah, I think Seth is gonna win the match. I think Seth will be the one that turns heel and not Braun Strowman.
So you're picking Seth too.
Yeah, I got Seth too.
So that was the prediction for Clash of Champions.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
I think this is gonna do it for the podcast now.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a great talk, and we got into some good topics. And looking forward for next week.
So where can these guys find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Daryl McCleary, Instagram at Mula Gang, excuse me, Mula Beta Gang, and Twitter at D. Money.
You can find Slamhub Wrestling on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Um, go if you like this podcast. If you love hearing this podcast, make sure to hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more wrestling content. Like from next week, we're gonna be doing reviews for Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and maybe next month we're gonna do reviews for AEW and TNT and some New Japan stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be the greatest time in wrestling come October. So stay tuned and subscribe to Slam Hub Wrestling.
Also, we because of the reason that this is a mainly the reviews and podcast are mainly audio based, so you can catch this stuff on Spotify too. So go check that out too.
Oh yeah, most definitely check us out on Spotify and all streaming services.
So this was the episode number 11 of the D Money and Suprit podcast, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace.